Hi everyone, this is just a fairly brief video on the changes that will come into effect on Monday the 16th of August relating to the requirement to self-isolate, in particular in relation to those who have been fully vaccinated. So the government's now confirmed this part of step 4 of the roadmap out of lockdown, playing on the success of the vaccines to confirm that those who have been fully vaccinated and at least 14 days ago will not be required to self-isolate in the event that they are identified as a close contact, either by the NHS app or by the test and trace team. The government stresses that the COVID-19 secure workplace measures still absolutely remain in force, so no changes there from the perspective of the workplace environment. If somebody is identified as a close contact, whilst they're not required to self-isolate, they will be strongly encouraged, although not legally obliged, to obtain a PCR test. The government's response suggests that that must be done as soon as possible to check if they have the virus and for variants of concern. As an employer, we still want to encourage every employee to notify us if they are identified as a close contact. What we will then need to do is ascertain whether they are fully vaccinated, so we know whether they'll be required to self-isolate. That brings into play our previous advice in relation to confirming vaccination status. And I think ideally you would be wanting the employee to present evidence either in the form of a printed confirmation from NHS or the app itself, which confirms that double vaccination. That being the case, if somebody is fully vaccinated, we can encourage or even require the PCR test to be completed. The employee doesn't need to self-isolate pending the outcome of that test, but should continue to take measures such as social distancing, perhaps wearing a face mask in enclosed spaces, and obviously practicing good hygiene. For those individuals who are not fully vaccinated, they will have to continue to self-isolate as a close contact. The question for you as the employer there is, what will you pay employees? Much depends on what your policy has been previously, but in one sense, limiting to SSP only could increase the risk of employees coming into the workplace. The employees may also feel that they are disadvantaged by virtue of their vaccination status and compared to employees who are able to continue working and continue earning. There are some other individuals who will be exempt from self-isolation in the event that they're identified as a close contact, not only those who are fully vaccinated, but also young people under the age of 18, clinical trial participants, and those who have medical exemptions, so those who can evidence that they can't be vaccinated for medical reasons. Unclear exactly what what documentation as an employer we can accept, but I guess that will play out from the 16th of August onwards. If the only remaining question is what happens if an employee refuses to tell us of their vaccination status, and we have had some isolated incidents of that across our clients recently. It's a difficult one to answer, but I think my view would be if you can't satisfy yourself as the employer that somebody is permitted to be in the workplace, not self-isolating. If we don't have proof of vaccination, then my view is that they are legally required to self-isolate until they can provide that proof. Could it be a disciplinary matter as well, a failure to follow a reasonable instruction if somebody isn't sharing their vaccination status with us? Possibly, but I think the step before that is to try and work with the employee to understand why they are reluctant to share that with us, and possibly try and persuade them of the safeguarding of that information they're going to give. If you need any advice on this or indeed anything else COVID related, as always, please do get in touch. Visit the website chadwicklawrence.co.uk or email employmenthub@chadlaw.co.uk. Thank you.